People from all over the world travel to Louisville, Kentucky each year to participate in the festivities of the Kentucky Derby Festival. There are more than 70 events that occur over the course of 2 weeks, offered for both local residents and visitors. Annual attendance of events have exceeded to 1.5 million in recent years, and it all started with one event in 1956. We talked with the 2016 chair of the Kentucky Derby Festival, Wes Rutledge, who has also volunteered for the Kentucky Derby Festival for 30 years.
My name is Wes Rutledge, and I'm the 2016 chairman of the board of directors for the Kentucky Derby Festival.
Okay, so the Kentucky Derby is coming up. How are you all preparing for that this year?
Well, we prepare for it about the same as we prepare for it each year. And this is our 61st time, so it's not our first time. It starts every year right after the last festival. We break it down, and then we go to a series of meetings, and we start saying, okay, what do we like that we did last year, and what things need to change. And in that process, we start moving back into committees. Each event has a committee. We start moving back into there in about September, October. So then we start planning and preparing.
While visiting with Mr. Rutledge, we wanted to know the origin of the Kentucky Derby Festival and who started it all.
Earl Ruby wrote a famous column that said, we started back with a parade, okay, and that was the very first event. And in actuality, it was in 1936. Now the Derby Festival counts our first year as 1956, but 20 years before that, we had a parade, a night parade. It was great, but something happened. We had the flood of 1937, and the Depression set in, and we didn't have another festival, another parade for 20 years. Well, Earl Ruby and had gotten together. They were sitting around and they said, you know, the people of Louisville are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and we needed a way to try to liven things up. So they came up with the notion to have a parade. And in the front lobby, you'll see the budget for the parade is posted on the wall for a total of $640. So it started in 1956. And so 61 years ago. The following year, the second oldest event came on, they decided to have a luncheon to kind of launch the season, and that's known as the They're Off Luncheon. So the They're Off Luncheon, which is next Friday, we'll be celebrating its 60th luncheon. So it's been that way ever since.
We caught up with a U of L student to see how she was planning on spending her Derby this year.
Have you ever been to the Derby?
No, I have never been to the Derby. I've been in Kentucky for about 10 years now, and I've never been to the Kentucky Derby.
You've never been to the Derby?
No.
What are you doing? Are you planning on going to the Derby this year?
Yes, this will be my first time going. I'm excited.
How have you been preparing for such events? How have you been budgeting? How have you gotten together all your stuff for this event?
Definitely been looking at like the Derby trends and looking on like online websites of like what's going to be in and what's not going to be in, and looking at different like bright colors and hats, and definitely trying to save my money and be frugal.
Are there any tips you want to give to people who might be coming in to Louisville for Derby?
I would definitely say try to find a really safe parking spot and keep it there. Do not leave, because I live in Old Louisville, so I know it's really, really hard for parking. And just go out and have fun. And try a mint julep.
Speaking of mint juleps, we stopped by Proof on Main Street to see their spin on a Derby City classic.
Well, centuries ago, the Arabics had a drink called a julab, J-U-L-A-B. It essentially was rose petals and water. So as this drink moved across the Mediterranean to Europe, they started to replace the rose petals with mint. And so I think obviously it just evolved from there. Today's mint julep is simply known as bourbon, crushed ice, and mint. So basically you're going to take your mint sprigs, you're going to place them into the stainless steel julep container. You're going to gently muddle them. It's going to release the oils and get that spearmint flavour out. Today we're going to make it with the official Brown-Forman Old Forester. So you're going to take 2 ounces of bourbon and mix it in with a ½ ounce of simple syrup. And then top it up with the crushed ice. You go. Stir that in just a little bit so you can mix everything around. You go further top it with crushed ice again. Give it that snow cone. And then finally give it a little smack to release the oils again. Give it that mint aroma. And there you go. There you have your Kentucky Derby mint julep.
Hopefully now, we've given you some ideas of how to celebrate your Derby. Thanks for watching!